Front bear hug over the arms defense. This move is used when my opponent grabs over my arms and bear hugs. So I'm going to go ahead and show it once through, and then we'll break it down. Okay. So number one thing here, anytime someone tries to wrap me up, whether it be a tackle or a bear hug, I've got to get my hips back. If my opponent's able to suck my hips up, you can see I get bent over backwards, and anytime my spine is out of alignment here, I lose all power at all base. So my opponent grabs. Number one, my hands are going to go fingers down, and I'm going to try and find his hip bones. From here, this allows me to push off and walk my hips back. So sometimes I'm able to break this grip by doing this, and if I can, it makes the move substantially easier. But if not, that's okay. If he's able to maintain a nice tight grip there, I can still complete the move, okay? So if you got a big, strong guy or a guy with long arms, he might be able to keep that grip. So hands in the hips, I'm gonna walk my hips back, and you can see this kind of creates a little ramp in my back, and sometimes his hands will kind of slide up my back. Even if they stay locked, you can see as I walk out, sometimes they'll slide up, and that will give me a little more room to work, even though his grip isn't broken. So if we can break the grip, great. If not, try and slide out, and sometimes you can wiggle his arms up, okay? So he grabs, hands to the hips, walking the hips back. Once I've created space here, I'm just going to walk to one side, kind of into my T position. This hand is going to cup the tricep. This kind of helps with control and helps prevent him from punching. And this hand is just kind of relaxed on the hip here. I'm going to turn. I want my toes facing the same direction. I'm just going to turn slightly here so you can see better. My toes are facing the same direction, and just like all my other hip throws, all the mechanics still apply. I'm just in a little bit different position because I'm not over top the arm here. Hips are going to shoot. If I can stick my booty out the side, that's ideal. Okay? Remember, if I don't shoot my hips deep enough, he kind of just rolls off to the side and stays standing. So it's important that this heel is next to his toe here. It's not outside of his foot, it's just inside. If I'm shifted too far away from this foot, I can't shoot my hips deep enough. So it's important that that heel is to the toe. From here I can shoot my hips, and it's an easy lift. And then I'm just tucking my shoulder, tucking his head right here to complete the throw. And we can always finish with arm lock. So, a couple more times through, and then we'll show it at kind of more full speed. Shift to the side, cup, turn, feet facing the same direction, heel to toe, shoot the hips, lift, and tuck. All right, one full speedish. One more time, maybe from a different angle here. Just keep in mind some limitations to the hip throw are always height. If my opponent is significantly taller than me, it's hard to get my hips under and lift them. There are some things we can do to kind of help with that. One thing we can do if my opponent is a little taller, bringing this foot in together gives me a little more height in my hips. And then also, I've got to tuck his head So if I can tuck his head here, see how his feet come off the mat? So if my opponent's a lot taller than me, exaggerating tucking the head can help. But there's always about, I would say, if your opponent's about 8 to 12 inches taller than you, the hip throw is a little difficult. So just keep in mind that every move kind of has its limitations, and height disparity is kind of a big one with hip throw. So one more time, kind of full speed here. Okay. There you have it.